Good afternoon or good morning for some of you, and welcome back to another Mosaic Minute. Today, I am doing a second edition of the Founders Edition and bringing on John West. And so I'm excited to share a little bit more about our more recent journey, which for this one started almost a little over 3 years ago. And so John and I have worked together for the last 3 years, and I have watched him continue to thrive, whether it's around bringing his team over, whether it's around innovation and technology or leading our professional services. So I'm excited to share him with you today and to share a little bit more about his journey. And so John West, welcome to a Mosaic Minute. We're excited to have you today.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Awesome. All right. Well, I want to jump right in and start talking a little bit about the journey of Westward. And so I know we had some wonderful conversations about 3.5 years ago around teaming together, which then led into some conversations of what if we make this more permanent and bring the Westward team onto Mosaic. But before we even get there, why did you found Westward? What was that journey like for you and your team?
Yeah, it was really a passion for workforce management. I built my career around workforce management, and then had the opportunity to really explore that career in a different way as a business owner and provide the workforce management services that I was so passionate about to a different audience. And so I've been really concentrating on the retail market historically and supporting workforce management there, and then have the opportunity to really expand that. And doing that through Westward was an awesome opportunity. Got to bring amazing people together, provide career opportunities for people that were not historically consultants and in the business, in this type of business. And that's been super rewarding. And being able to do that in our own way and bring our unique culture and create a unique culture through Westward was really an awesome part of that journey.
Love that. And so again, we kind of fast forward to 3 years ago when we were having conversations around bringing our teams together. And this was a very pivotal time within our ecosystem. We had just watched our kind of legacy systems that we supported, right? Ultimate Software and Kronos joining forces, becoming UKG. And at that time, Mosaic was really just a legacy HCM system, focus, right? With Ultimate Software. I know you and your team had the focus on providing support to the WFM side of that, being the Kronos side. And so for our teams to come together at that time, I know we were navigating together of how do we deliver a unified solution to our clients while also honoring two teams coming together and becoming UKG. So what was that experience like for your team when they joined Mosaic?
They were pretty excited. There was a lot of great opportunity that we saw. At Westward, we had attempted HCM implementations on our own with some of the legacy Kronos products, and it forced us to realize very quickly we were not prepared for that. And the systems themselves weren't great, but also as an organization, we didn't have the right mindset and approach to support HCM. And so the idea of having a partner, coming together with a partner that they understood that piece and we brought the other side of it together, got everybody really invigorated. Like they saw that the opportunity was there to do something very different and to engage differently across the entire, what's now the new UKG platform. And so the writing was on the wall that this was coming together, but the question was how are you going to do it? And seeing and meeting Mosaic was well, that's how you do it. This is how you bring it together. And it was really an exciting time for everybody. I think typically people are a little nervous about, acquisitions and mergers. And I've been through several of those previously, the good and the bad. And, but with the opportunity that was there, I think everybody was actually really invigorated about this.
Love that. I know I remember those early days too, and talking through the cultural aspects of bringing our teams together, especially at that point in time, I know for Mosaic. And so I will never forget sitting across the desk from you and we're having this conversation around culture and the alignment of cultures, along with the growth opportunity for the team and then the collective team being able to support the solution as a whole. And one of the questions I asked you was, what are you looking forward to gaining from Mosaic and the culture of Mosaic? And you had a great answer. And then you turned it around and said, well, what about you? What are you looking forward to gaining from the Westward culture and the Westward team? And I love that question. And very quickly, it was the innovative spirit. I love that a part of your culture was that if there's a challenge, we're up for the challenge. There's no inside or outside the box. There is no box. It's how do we help solution for the client that has this challenge? How do we help them solution? And so the innovative spirit is one of my favorites. That's a part of your culture that now is ingrained into the full Mosaic culture. And so what are you most proud of as it relates to that innovative spirit at Westward? I know you brought a lot of that innovative spirit to Mosaic, but I know you've got some proud moments there.
Yeah, there's a few pieces. I'm gonna take it a step a little bit further back. One of the things I'm most proud of from the Westward experience and everything all together is the fact that we're here at Mosaic. The fact that it took us here is one of the things I'm most proud of. Where and looking back at that, just looking at the team that I got to bring to Mosaic, and trusting Mosaic with the people that I've been working with for years, and the retention of that team is something that's really important to note. From our original team that we came over with, we've had one person that has left, and it was because they were pursuing a dream job as like a youth pastor, and so it was a little different comparison there, and like what they're going after for their career. But that's one of the things I'm so proud of, and the growth, the things that I promised this team that they would get by getting to come to Mosaic has been delivered, and plus and plus and plus. Everyone has better career opportunities, better growth, better support throughout this journey here at Mosaic. It's been awesome. So that's the one thing I'd say I'm most proud of. And then when it comes to innovation, I think it is the spirit. It is sharing the spirit of innovation and getting people activated around the idea that, the way it's been done, can be improved. It can be better. There are new ways of doing it, and that the answer is not default. Well, that's not the way it's done. The answer becomes what needs to get done, right? How can we solve this problem? And spreading that spirit here at Mosaic through our Opus initiative, which is our incubator program, which has brought about amazing solutions for our clients and for our consultants. And that's been fantastic. And then the support that Mosaic has provided for RAD was really a key turning point.
And what is RAD?
RAD actually, yeah, it originally was spelled WRAD, which was the Westward Rapid Application Deployment app. And so it was originally created to assist in implementations. There was a real issue in how you gather information and deploy that information to get the workforce management product live. And having been a consultant for a long time, having been a client, knowing that filling out spreadsheets and all these different forms really was a hamper to what we were doing. And we spent more time just gathering that information than talking about it. And so the goal with RAD is to really reduce the amount of time it takes to gather information and deploy it into the application, and spend more time talking about the why. Right. And what do you want to do this for? Getting to the true purpose and the impact of this whole project, and what do they want to do with workforce management?
Love that. And we've been able to continue to develop it and advance it, and officially bring it completely under the Mosaic umbrella, which is very exciting. And so technically it's advanced so much that now it even has a new name, right? So tell us a little bit more about LaunchPro, MigratePro, and just share a little bit more about the tool and kind of where it sits today.
What we realized is that RAD we were creating a platform in the end. We were creating a platform for gathering the requirements, reporting on the requirements, analyzing requirements, comparing them to best practice. And that's a great platform to have. It is, it's not a great product, right, on its own. So it was really like, what do you use it for? And so there's LaunchPro, which is we gather the information from the client and we put it into the tool so they can analyze the requirements in the way that it needs to be presented for the application to use. So we're basically taking their existing language, showing them how that transforms into the UKG language of their requirements, and give them a simple way of looking at it, signing off on it, and then we push a button and it deploys it. Then there's MigratePro, which actually has an export from Workforce Central into our tool, into the MigratePro tool, where then they can go through that process of, like, instead of just grabbing everything and dumping it into workforce management, take a quick moment to actually analyze that and say, what do you really want to optimize here? There's time to optimize in this fashion, because instead of just dumping everything in and trying to pick and pull everything out, we have a place to actually analyze that, look at it and say, well, what actually are you trying to achieve now, right? And we can modify those requirements, quickly document those, get sign off all through the application managed by the platform, and then push a button and it deploys.
And I know that it has been impactful for clients. It's definitely been impactful both in the launch scenario that you just described, really impactful as people are moving from Central over to the WFM platform. Any other feedback that you've gotten from clients? Like, how is this actually helping them to spend more time where it may be needed?
Yeah, I think with the time crunch that is now required for migrations specifically, this allows clients to actually hit those targets for making their migration, but also get to do migrations that are not just lift and shift. It's not just duplicating the same application in the new one. Actually having the time to quickly say, oh, we need to enhance how we are doing accruals here. We actually need to look at how we're handling overtime. And there's a couple things wrong with how we're handling this in California. We can see that and address it now and make sure that's what gets tested when they're deploying the migration. So instead of just having to deploy everything, test the same functionality and the same requirements, we're actually going, well, let's go ahead and get the right stuff in there now and make sure that's tested, so that's part of the migration.
Love it. Okay, so what else, if you can share anything else under that Mosaic umbrella, what are some of the innovation or development that you're working on now that's ready at least to be able to share? Or how do you see the landscape of technology evolving in this space? Because I know you're working on a few more things.
Yeah, we have a few new tricks up our sleeve that we're preparing. We have like an archival time card viewing tool that we've been putting together. We've had some clients talk about the pain of being able to audit historical time cards when they're coming from another system. So, we've had clients coming from applications that are not going to be hosted, or they don't want to host the old data because it's expensive, and we're able to provide them a very simple, low-cost solution to basically export flat files of their historical time data. We then create a very thin database and a database viewer that they can customize to be able to audit and export those time cards. It's a really cool opportunity for people to have a very thin client to be able to view and archive and audit that data.
Love that. Okay. And how is this space going to continue to grow? So I know you've got some love and passion around AI. I know you've got some love and passion, or well, many, but I know that is one of them. Just anything you want to share with our audience.
Yeah, I think AI is obviously so exciting and scary and all of the things in between for everybody. But I think we're genuine excitement around here. And we really forged ahead quickly in our last incubator of forming our own AI policy. Like, how do you safely use AI? How do you ethically use AI, keep client data safe, right? Things like that, and really having those conversations. And then it's about adapting and adopting AI, right? How do you use it to validate requirements? How do you use it to support the implementation in a way that really taking away redundant tasks so that we're spending more time consulting with our clients and not hammering away at documents and things like that. And that's where AI really becomes powerful. It facilitates more conversations and diving deeper into the problems and less of handling the paperwork and the configuration.
Love that. All right. Well, I appreciate your time today. It has been so much fun over the last 3 years to not only partner, bring the Westward team underneath the overall Mosaic umbrella, watch them thrive. It's been so fun watching the promotions and seeing people come out of their shell and like finding the opportunity to actually take advantage of some of the career pathing that they were so looking forward to. So this is the excitement of what we get to do, right? Of bringing teams together, finding better solutions for our clients, and being able to do that and also have fun doing that. And so last 3 years have been an absolute blast. Looking forward to continuing to see you develop more solutions for our clients and also for our team. And so for all of you out there, just acquisitions don't have to be scary. This has been, again, 3 years in the making to watch this team be able to thrive and grow. And again, make sure you keep an open mind in regards to some of the pieces of their culture that you want to hold on and cultivate, because it makes you a better holistic team. And so I'm looking forward to bringing more to you in the future of Founders Edition, and also to share more about how we're helping and serving our clients while still propping up our team to be able to do that. So thank you for your time today, John. Thank you for the audience's time, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. Have a great Wednesday.